Hello and welcome to this lesson. So with the prelims of NABARD Development Assistant done, with the results out, it's time for us to gear up for the mains test. Okay, so today we are going to do Precis Writing, and this is going to be focused around the NABARD Development Assistant mains exam. Alright, now before we get into practice, I want to clear out certain hygiene factors that you will have to take care of while you do your Precis Writing. Point number one, usually you will have the question that will ask you to reduce the passage to 33% of its size. Okay, so you might have a 450 word passage, you might have to bring it down to 150, you might have a 600 word passage, you might have to bring it to 200. Now it's extremely important to respect the word limit. Alright, now an entire passage can be summarized in one line as well. Okay, and an entire passage can be summarized to even 80% of its size, right? So you will have to reach that optimum figure of 33%, which is usually the question, by prioritizing certain points and eliminating certain points. Okay, so you have to respect the word limit and reach it as close as possible. Point number two, identify the core message of the author. Okay, so whoever has written the passage, remember to identify the core message. Okay, there might be examples, comparisons, all of that, but you need to see what the core message is. And why? Why do you have to see that? Because that is going to be your first priority. You are going to include the core message in your Precis, come what may. After that, examples, elaboration, we can go to all that if your word limit permits. Eliminate any extra examples, any additional comparisons. Okay, so for one particular concept there can be one example, but what if there are three examples given in the passage? It is okay to eliminate them. Now this is the most important point. Never ever provide your opinion. Okay, in Precis Writing the examiner does not care about what you want to say. Okay, Precis Writing is purely a concising exercise. So whatever is there in the passage, if you're making that short, well and good, you will get your point. But if you write your opinion, then you're going to be in trouble. So how do we ensure that does not happen? A good way is to see whether whatever you have written can be validated from the main passage. So if I'm writing something in my Precis, can I confirm that, or is there evidence on the main passage that says yes, I'm correct? If that is happening, then you're fine. But if you write your opinion, of course, the main passage will not have anything that is going to support this particular statement of yours, right? So that is going to be your check to see that your opinion has not inadvertently seeped in your essay. Now the last one, and this usually happens in the summary or conclusion, that we tend to pass judgments here, okay? So you've written it perfectly, you've concised the whole thing, but in the summary, you end up saying that only time will tell whether global warming can be controlled, but the passage does not ask for this. Okay, so this happens because maybe you have practiced a lot of essay writing, and in essay writing you have to write a good conclusion, and in the essay you can of course provide your opinion. But if you do that in your Precis, then you're going to lose scores. So be very, very careful and controlled when you're writing your Precis. All right, lovely. Now let's do an example. Okay, now I'm just picking a small paragraph. It just has 88 words, and we are going to try to make this into 1/3 of its size. Okay, so around 30 words is going to be our target. All right, so if you want to read the passage again, you can pause your screens. I am now going to move to the next section where we are going to highlight the main message of the author, okay, or the main points across this different paragraph, and eliminate the additional details. So what are the important aspects from this paragraph? For the Hindus of Sindh and Pakistan. So it says something about minority harassment, right? So you need the word Hindus for sure, because this is the group we are talking about where this minority harassment is happening. The day Holi was celebrated, which was a riot of colors. Okay, so again we are trying to impart some kind of irony here, where a day of celebration actually turned out to be a day of sadness. All right, so that's also important. Now, what happened then is the sisters disappeared. Okay, so that's again important because that's the exact action that's happening. So I need the word disappeared, and then I need the word Sindh. Of course, from their home in Dahar Ki, city of Ghotki, district of Sindh. So Sindh is a more broader area, probably, as it seems from the passage, and that is something that if we write in the Precis, people will be able to get that in a better way instead of saying Dahar Ki, or if I expand the whole thing, it's too much of detail. Okay, so that's the second part. Now look at the final part. what happened? What did this disappear result into? One is it brought the focus or spotlight back onto the persistent problem of minority harassment that happened, and then there was an online spat between Pakistan and India. Okay. Now, it recently saw simmering tensions reach a dangerous peak. Again, that is a past incident, not that relevant. Okay. So, how does our final Prezi look like? Let's have a look. Here you go. On Holi, two Hindu sisters disappeared. So, what you should do is try to use your nouns as adjectives. Okay. I can say two sisters of Hindu religion. Okay. But if you say two Hindu sisters, you've used lesser words. So try to use these nouns as adjectives, club more adjectives, and you will find that your sentences are shorter. On Holi, two Hindu sisters disappeared from their residence in Sindh, Pakistan. Simple. Okay, I need Sindh, Pakistan so that I emphasize on the country. There is no confusion about what I'm talking about. And then I say this brought back the focus on the lingering minority harassment issue. Okay, now in the passage it was persisting problem of minority harassment. But here I club it and say lingering minority harassment issue. Earlier you had 5 words, now you have 4 words. Okay. So that is how you keep saving up on words even after you have decided your main ideas. And then at the end, what do? We say online clash with India. We do not have to say between Pakistan and India again. So I hope this is clear as to how you make your Prezi. We have an awesome NABARD Development Assistant GA and Descriptive English online course. So go to the website, as you can see, and enroll now. You can see the various features of the program. We have 5 Descriptive English mock tests. We are going to give you personalized feedback on each of them, live classes. So you can see a plethora of features ready for you to help you to crack this exam. So enroll now, go to the website, and I'll see you in one of my live classes. Do like the video, do comment, do subscribe, so that each time we bring a video like this, you get a notification and you don't miss out. All the best.